because most cases, unlike what you see on TV, are not solved in the first 48 hours.
Yeah.
First 48 hours are crucial, but like you see TV drama shows and they're like, I need DNA. And all of a sudden, 10 minutes
Boom.
later, we got a hit. Doesn't work that way. It could be 6 months before you get that result back because the crime lab is so backed up. So patience is definitely one of the number one virtues that you need. And then you need to have an analytical mind. You need to be able to like decipher things, take things apart, put them back together. So you got to have that analytical piece. Third, I would say is you need to have an open mind. You need to really be objective because the minute you start getting tunnel vision, that's when your investigation starts to crumble. You cannot focus just on the low-hanging fruit because it's right in front of you doesn't mean it's good evidence.
That makes
Um,
sense.
we had a case one time where we were going down the right road, at least we thought we were, with a person, uh, and we had enough evidence to arrest him for murder, and we probably would have got a conviction, but something didn't feel right. My partner and I, at the time, we had to talk about it, and I'm like, "How do you feel?" He's like, "This something in my gut tells me this isn't right." So we kept digging. So we just said, "Let's just leave him alone, and let's explore this other area." We ended up finding an alternate suspect, and boy, was the evidence compelling against him, all the way to DNA. He actually had this poor dead lady's bloody purse hidden behind his air conditioning unit.
So do you think he was setting up the other
They
person?
didn't
That's
even know
why.
each other. The other person was connected to the victim, but through circumstance, evidence started to look like he was responsible.
Gotcha.
So that having an open mind, I said would be number three, and number four, I think, is compassion. You gotta be able to understand that you're not just investigating the death of a human. You're also dealing with the family of that person.
Yeah.
And the crazy part of that is not just the family of the dead person, but the family of the suspect.
Mhm.
Because many times they didn't do anything wrong. And we've had cases where we have arrested people and had to deal with the family of the suspect, try to interview them, try to talk to them. And you can imagine that could be contentious.
Oh, for sure.
But then fast forward 2 years later, after that case is closed, a member of their family is murdered. And now they're on the other side of this thing. We're dealing with that same family now as the surviving family members of a homicide victim where their other member was responsible for somebody else's murder. So it came full circle. So the compassion of understanding there's two families affected here. So I would say those are probably the four top qualities you would need.
So, on topic, but kind of random. When you are interviewing someone that's a suspect, that all the evidence looks legit, it's damning, it's guaranteed to be this person, and you bring them in, you interview them, all the things. I feel like Criminal Minds touched on this on an episode. They thought they had their person. It seemed like the person, it wasn't. They ended up arresting someone else. However, due to all the news headlines and all the things of the person being arrested with this case, it just completely ruined their life. Have you ever had that experience? Or, like, how do you guys handle that? Or is that more dramatized for TV? Does it not really unfold like that?
It hasn't been my experience that it's unfolded that way. I think it is dramatized. We've had suspects like that, but what we call that is washing them off. Like if they're someone who is an initial suspect, and then the evidence just doesn't start to really pan out on them. We're not putting their name out there. Now through circumstance, sometimes that happens. I can give you a perfect example of something like that happening back in 1996, the Olympic Park bombing.
Mhm.
There was a security guy named Richard Jewell who actually found a backpack, was moving people out of the way. He became the prime suspect. And the AJC exclusively covered a lot of, you know, the focus on him. His reputation was ruined.